Hello, everybody, and welcome to Aurorum Regicide, Season 3, I think, Session like 7 or something like that, I think. How are y'all doing today?
I have written.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Good.
I got it right.
I'm
Awesome.
Good. I know you're not talking to me, but I'm good, dude.
Well, actually, because, I mean, you are part of everyone. I mean, even people forget, you are terrible with this whole streaming thing. First of all, your green screen is less than 20% of your overall screen, and then your PC blue screen's on you.
Ah, damn. Yeah, my background blue screen, damn.
You know,
it's crazy.
What's up,
I gotta reset my green screen. You guys mind if I just go tweak something back there?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not getting up. We're good.
Oh, we were kind of hoping to watch you bend over, actually. Yeah.
I might. I just might. Let's see.
I have a feeling like you don't have that badonkadonk like Wade does.
I don't. Wade's got a good meaty lower end, you know?
Okay. We had Doxy like drooling for a second over Tyler doing push-ups. So that was last night. So Tyler,
I believe it 100%. Yeah.
Tyler, if you want to feel good about yourself, you can go back and watch last night's VOD, and you can watch Doxy. I think she had like a hot flash thinking about watching your charity stream. So any ladies or gentlemen or other people that might be in chats that are interested in having a hot flash watching somebody do push-ups, make sure you go back and watch Tyler's like 73-hour long YouTube video that he has, or just go back and watch his Twitch VOD, because, you know, apparently you'll get hot flashes.
Yeah, I might have to go watch that now if you want to just postpone the stream so I can check it out.
Me IRL says, me? No, no chance I got ice cream. Are you afraid it's going to melt? You afraid that watching Tyler do push-ups is so hot, your ice cream is going to melt? Is that what's going on?
Or is the ice cream like an immunity to getting hot flashes? You're like, oh no.
Just rub it on your face. This is how it works, right? Oh.
Roommate walks in. What are you doing? It's currently on the floor. What?
You know what?
Ice cream on the floor.
I'm done asking questions. I'm done asking
you eat
questions.
it there?
Yeah.
Did you eat on the floor?
Listen, they might be one of those, what do they call them? You know, dog people.
Oh, minimalists. Yeah.
Or that. The people that like think that they're animals and sitting there lapping it up off the floor. Furries? Is it? Yes, furry. Oh, I haven't said the word in so long.
That took you a minute.
It did. Well, you know.
It's not all over your Google search right now.
It
your Google
definitely
history
is not.
just full of it.
Listen, I'm about as liberal as I come, and I'm pro everybody needing what they. But furry is a fake thing. Sorry, you heard it here first.
Uh-oh.
Definitely not first. Yeah, you have a fursona. I'm sorry. Speak to your psychiatrist. Just saying, you're a human. Saying you're a human. It's a couple million years of evolution that made you that way. Whoops.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. Anyways, Scott is scaly.
Caleb.
That's true. All right. So, are you Messi? Are you ready for? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
What year does this take place in? Do I roll hit die first? Or are we doing that later?
Oh, we should probably do that first, shouldn't we? Do you want to fix your green screen? Green?
Yeah. I just got to reboot it. It's a software thing, so let me just there we go.
The text is cut off.
It says graphic design is my passion, and then it's got a frog. I'll just go to this. It kind of blends with my background, right? It's like the same color.
Almost. Almost. That's like one of those situations where I'd say to my wife, is that the same color? And she'd be like, no. So in this case, I'm your wife,
I can do this, but
and
it's going to make me look worse. Hold on. Hold up.
Waiting for you, Messi.
Hold up.
We don't have better thing. Oh, God, that was too much, too fast. Oh, God. Oh, man, there's so much.
You okay?
Oh.
You got to relax.
Oh, man.
You getting hot flashes?
Oh, sorry. Oh, man. All right. Well, then. I love the Guinness out of the Corona glass. That's classy. It's classy.
Yeah, I got the virus.
It's okay. I have a hole in the crotch of my shorts large enough to fit a golf ball through. That's how I got my cyst out. So.
Wait, you got your cyst out?
Oh, I took pills and it went away.
Oh, okay.
Modern medicine, you know.
Like what, you know?
Oh, God. No, we have to schedule to have it surgically. But anyways, we don't need to talk about that. We're here for a reason. We're here for regicide. Okay?
Quick Van Anno real quick.
I mean, no. You might not want to watch last night's session, Messi.
What happened last night? Oh,
Just
you're like, dude, did you watch last night? I'm like, no. And you're like,
Tyler,
you should have. And now you're
Tyler,
like, you know what?
You need to watch last night's session to feel good about yourself. Messy, don't.
Okay. I'm watching it. I'm watching it.
You
As soon as
really,
the stream's over.
really don't need to watch it.
Wait, this was
apparently-
Thronekeeper that was last night, right?
Correct. Apparently, Tyler was not here listening when we. You know what, Tyler? Go back and rewind this VOD, because then you can hear what we talked about. I'm not going over it again. Uncomfortable as it was.
So you're telling me last night, Thronekeeper, which is my good friend Doxy, Zero Doxy, and my good friend, Unfunny One, and someone else.
He's just
Who
a
is the third
fellow
one?
Floridian. Jesus
Yeah,
equals
my
Elijah.
brother, my Florida brother. And you're telling me that those two didn't defend me last night? Is that what you're saying? It's like those I don't know who that third person is, so I assume they could make fun of me a little bit. But
They're
it's
Canadian.
just weird that
They were the only one
Funny One
defending
and
you.
Doxy. All right, so
I
shall I
ready,
hit
I
that,
ready
or
to,
how's
yeah,
it,
yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, great. Okay, well, let's do that. Do I roll with advantage? Oh, I do. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, you know how it is. You can always use an 8 of the martyr to make a reroll if you roll too poorly.
7.
Well, 5 out of 6, yeah. 5 out of 6 is
great.
pretty solid.
That's great. I was worried about that one. I'll just take that. No one needs to do anything about that. I'm just take a 7.
That's actually a really good roll. Cool. What does that bring you for total HG?
39.
Cool. Love it. I think you're a bit more badass than Ophios, but that's not saying much. So, last session.
Well, he hasn't leveled yet. Well, he hasn't done his hit yet. So.
Can you make a reroll for worse? Yeah, you just have to use a trump card to make him do that, or Fortune's Favor, either one. Messy. Last session, as a recap, what happens? You were asked to kind of like guard them while they go have this meeting. You heard the plan.
Yeah, that worked out great.
And then you saw the leadership get pulled into the tent, manacled, and led away.
Yep.
I
got a lot of questions about that.
Ophios came up to you at one point in time. He handed you a couple of pieces of equipment. I honestly don't remember what they were, so we're just going to say they're all going to the prison with Ophios and get confiscated. So, unless you wrote down.
He remembers what they were. I know he does. Ophios won't forget what he gave me. Yeah, see? Check chat.
I can't say.
He knows exactly what it is.
I hold on one second. I could just do one of the.
All he said was wrong. I know what it is.
Oh, geez. What
That's
happened?
crazy because as a mod, Tyler and I can both still read that.
Yeah.
This is when you unmod me and then the joke continues.
I mean.
So did anyone reroll or do I get to keep my 39? Because I'd really like to keep it.
I got to make sure Tyler's back to being a mod again. There you go, Tyler. Yeah, you keep your health points. You're good to go. And actually getting into the game, he gave you his shield. He gave you his physical sword. What's it called? Falchion. And he gave you I think there's growing and shrinking dagger. So he was
I remember the shield, yeah, and I remember the falchion. But I don't know if he gave me the growing shrinking dagger. He might have wanted to keep that. I don't recall.
Yeah, no. He definitely gave them all to you. He didn't want to take any chances of
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't want to take any chances of that stuff being confiscated. But you guys went to where it is that you're going.
Yeah, fair enough. He's probably gonna get cavity search, so not really keep it.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting when
I'm right.
It's gonna be interesting when they touch his face. Why does your face feel funny?
You got a good point there. Yeah, when he gets patted down, it's gonna be rough. Hey,
Like,
Tyler, you should start thinking of a retention plan there.
Welcome to prison. We need your cloak. No.
My what?
No, we need your cloak. No. Don't bring your cloak into prison. Yeah. Anyways. So, you watch them get taken away outside of the tent. So, jokes and whatnot aside, you watch them get taken away outside of the tent, and they're kind of let off. And there's this confused moment. When you see them get let off, and you actually hear what's her name, Ophelia, nearby. It's Ophelia because you've met with her before, and she's currently disguised as one of the guards, but literally kind of as herself, or at least pretty sure it's Ophelia. It looks like her, right? Anyways, wearing a female's guard's uniform, right? It's one of those things where, wow, she really filled out that armor better than you would have expected a lithe figure like her to be able to do. But by the way, she filled it out pretty well.
How many women soldiers are in this group? Like, is it
a few?
Is this the kind of okay? So there are several. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's predominantly male, but there are female soldiers. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So
okay. Progressive. Yeah,
pretty much the entire campaign setting is because I'm not a douche. Hashtag no drow. So,
Okay, perfect.
So you watch them kind of like walking off, and imagine there's this confused moment where you're literally seeing the leadership, Ophios, Rena, what's his name there, Vance, and later on captured Laszlo, but that he's captured later on, kind of captured and brought to a cell. And what does your character do as he's watching this kind of go off? I imagine there's a moment where you're like, do I attack?
You would definitely not attack. When Ophios came and gave up his equipment, Elijah would know that something was going on that he's not aware of. He knows this is not disaster DEFCON 1. If it was, there would be fighting, because that's all Rena and Ophios seem to do. So when he takes Ophios' stuff, he'll be like, okay, something bad's gonna happen, and he'd leave. He'd go back to the main camp where everyone is. Almost like as soon as shit started looking like they were taking people as prisoner and that kind of thing, he would be one of the first ones to leave. And you'd probably tell Ophelia, maybe a few other guards to leave with him.
Ophelia would stay behind. The guards would stay behind just to kind of see things through and see if whether or not it's true. But that's also because even though you're a soldier and you're not afraid of combat or conflict in general, this isn't necessarily the cause that you signed up to die for yet, right? So you're willing to die on the wall because your body was preserved quite well by the ice. But you weren't necessarily willing to die here and now. So you walk off and they stay behind to see it happen. You get the rest of the details later on when they return to camp. Hear it talking, and you can actually see Ophelia seems, as she's like removing the armor, which definitely was loose on her. Because it definitely seems to slide off of her. It was definitely too, she filled it out well, but honestly, she's too small for that armor. Anyways, you see she seems pissed. She's a person that's generally very calm, very collected, doesn't show too terribly much emotion, but you actually see her take a helmet and throw it across the room, and it like clatters against the wall and falls to the ground where it spins like 2 or 3 times before it falls over. She seems agitated.
Yeah, Elijah definitely notices. That definitely is, just to clarify, that's something that's out of character of all the guards, right? They're not all feeling this way, just her especially, or is everyone kind of feeling this way and then her more so? Like, sorry, is she the only one doing this, or is everyone doing this and she's doing it to a different extreme?
Everybody seems pissed. She just does it aside from everybody else. You just happen to notice it because you guys kind of like in that room we had a discussion before, kind of like that leadership room that others were removed from.
Okay.
And when you're meeting up with her again, it's almost an hour later.
Okay. Yeah, so Elijah will come up to her, not like trying to sneak up, just walking, but he'll speak softly and he'll say, Ophelia, right?
Yes.
You want to get a drink?
She stops for a second. She says, well, you say you want to get a drink. She's like, it's not like it has much of a... Yes, but it better be strong. Real strong.
Probably won't. But I'll make it cold for you. And he'll...
American beer.
He'll change out of his disguise if he hasn't already. I'm assuming he did. And he'll be in his plain clothes and he'll go to the... Well, the inn got destroyed, so he'd probably look for a bar or
tavern,
some kind of something.
You can find some sort of tavern, and honestly, the two of you guys are different enough looking from your whole troop. You can kind of get away. Now, I imagine you want to be a little discreet walking through the city with everything that's going on right now.
Right? Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have you roll me a normal stealthy check. But again, this is not because you're sneaking around. It's literally just trying to stay out of general sight of these soldiers.
Not to like walk face first into a guard. Yeah.
Correct. Gotcha. And for those of you in chat. Elijah, Messi's new character, never got a session 0, so we're kind of using this as a little bit of a session 0 for him, while the other 2 characters are being occupied,
frisked.
The 2 of you make your way through the town. I mean, it's not like you're completely unnoticed, but nobody seems to care in the areas where you are seen or noticed or whatever it is, right? And you eventually find your way to a bar, tavern. Just like you could imagine in almost any circumstance, even though what's going on is important, people are still drinking at the bar. Come on. I mean,
of course.
You don't shut down bars during pandemics. What's the matter with you? You just make it so you can carry your drinks on the streets.
Yeah, just open carry goes away. Yeah. He'll find, I don't, not someplace too secluded, maybe someplace on the bar, just like seats that are far away from everyone. And he'll try to get the bartender's attention and try to get something nice for them to share. He'd probably spend like, what does a typical drink cost? Like a silver less?
Yeah, I mean, if it's garbage, you're talking 1 or 2 copper. If it's like decent stuff, 1 to like 5 silver. If you're talking good stuff, that's where you're going like 7 silver a drink. A gold piece of drink is like some seriously good stuff. Like seriously good stuff.
So he'd probably put down a gold and ask for a bottle then.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
nice.
Yeah. So you you order the drink or whatever it is, and they come over and put it down, and they come over, and because it's like a more, are you talking about a wine or like a liquor?
A liquor.
So almost like a Courvoisier, like what the hell's that word? Like a cognac, like a
yes,
yeah. like a liqueur. Gotcha.
Absolutely, yes.
So it's funny when he
smokes
comes over.
If they got him too.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Cigars too, it's all around. Yeah. You want a leather? You want a smoking jacket too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if that's a maybe one of those little finger guillotines for the tip, so I can keep it if I don't finish it. You know.
If your steak is mid-rare, it's overcooked. Is that you want that too?
Yeah. Send it back.
Yeah. Okay. So you order the drink, and the guy comes over with. I mean, it's not modern days, but there's still a degree of class and culture. You are in Peredhel, and so he does come over with smaller cups. Looks like they're made out of probably crystal or something like that, like a decent actual drink that you can have. And she takes the bottle first, and literally takes the thing and glug 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 fills her cup near to the brim. And as she's handing you the bottle with one hand, she's lifting up the glass with the other hand and just starts drinking it like it's a yummy soda. And in one sip finishes the drink. Like literally, you take the bottle and you're just starting to turn the neck so you can see what's going on there. All of a sudden, yeah, you take it back and so she finishes it and starts filling her cup up again and puts the bottle down.
So, yeah, so he would like stare at her and be like, "That's odd." He'd say something like, "You really keep your liquor down, huh?" And then he'll like make a little ice cube in his hand and drop it in his glass and swirl it around.
Oh, that was good. I like that. Well, kudos. Yeah. So I swirl it around, and she says, "It takes a bit to have an effect."
Have you always been able to drink that much? And he'll slyly start sipping.
Since birth. She takes a big swig, a third to half the glass in this next swig.
Your parents must have been fiends.
No.
Interesting. So, Ophelia.
Who are you?
That's fair. I'm Elijah. From...
Yes, Malta. We had the formal introduction
Malta,
before.
Yeah,
yes.
Thanks.
Who are you?
You saved me. I'm a wizard from Malta.
Why are you here? Why are you mixed in all of this?
I haven't shown her my letter, right?
Not her. I went to Vance.
Yeah, I'll show it to her. I'll take it out and just kind of slide it to her while I enjoy the little bit of liquor I have.
She finishes her drink, fills up the glass. The bottle's pretty much empty now. You have enough just to like refill the couple of sips you've taken. Thanks. Great date. And so she reads the thing over and says, "Huh. So you're here to see if this is all worth investing into."
I was.
You're not the first one to look into investing in.
Did this group? Reports said that it was a fairly new movement.
It is, but there's a town down your way by the name of Ravenhold. They were also interested in acting. It's actually where I caught wind of this, of who was involved. That's why I'm here.
I wonder if my information came from the same place.
It's possible. Secrets tend to gather and disperse in a place like Ravenhold.
Fair enough, yeah. But tell me something, Ophelia. If you don't mind me asking a question here. What do you plan on doing? Do you think Ophios and Rena are as stupid as that?
What do you know of Ophios?
Not much, honestly. I came for Rena.
You haven't had any intimate moments with Ophios like he's had with both Rena and Yondas?
He typically runs away. Although, there was some moments of bravery inside the jail, but a lot of our time was spent separated.
It's funny. Ophios informed me that he intended to share secrets with the man that now has them in manacles.
Secrets about Rena?
Secrets about himself. I don't care about Rena.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at this, but it just seems kind of funny that Ophios is the one with the secrets here when Rena's the one running the whole movement.
Rena is the face of the movement, and honestly, most of the movement is just a hollow core. There's something important going on here. Elijah, something very important is happening right now. This whole thing, it's just an avenue. Honestly, it'd be better off as a nice little distraction. Keep people's focus elsewhere when real work is being done. Unfortunately, Ophios doesn't know it yet, but he's one of the more successful ones we've ever had. They tend to die young. Tend to die quickly, foolhardy. But he saw through his upbringing. He was able to make himself more than just a pawn.
Are you telling me that this whole rebellion is a front or something with you and Ophios?
I'm sure it's not that way to Rena.
So this really was for nothing then?
Again, I'm sure it's not that way for Rena. And I'm sure it means something to your queen. But to me, why do I give a fuck about dead Perrin? If they've lined the streets with humans and hobgoblins, gnomes and Hafue, it means nothing to me.
What about Ophios? Do you feel the same?
Why would he want to kill nobodies? It's a means to an end.
Who are somebodies? And he'll kind of like lean in and almost like rest a lot closer, like maybe like a full foot, like scooching his whole body closer to kind of not intimidate, but just to be there in the moment and make sure that she's can't see anything else, if that makes sense. Just to focus on
moving slow and steady. But again, she's very lithe and has this like grace to her. She also moves in. She moves in very close, leans in. So you guys are almost like, you know, in TV, like if you watch movies or whatever it is, people like fucking face talk. Like in real life,
yeah,
I was talking.
That.
Yeah, every movie, people are
disgusting.
Like, so we're having a conversation. This is totally a normal distance. Right? I could taste your breath. Anyways, like gets like film close.
Ham and cheese.
Like leans in, and she has this like look to her eyes, this like sultry, like almost like bedroom eyes, right? Look to her.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
she leans in.
First Yondas now. Elijah, great. Yeah, can't escape.
She
Go
leans
ahead.
in,
What did she say?
and she says, "You." And then she leans back.
I don't know you. That doesn't make any sense.
You are somebody's. Anybody. There's a very select group of people that we are hunting. There's a very select group of people that need to be taken down. By sheer coincidence, you stumbled across the man that was able to discover where we can find those people.
Not following.
Ophios discovered the people that we're hunting happen to hide themselves among the upper echelons of Peredhel social structure. A family name, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not, Kringal.
I'm very familiar with the Kringal.
Well, it seems as though Kringal family has found themselves in our crosshairs. Would your queen be interested in that?
Probably very much so. But this is just conspiracy and hearsay. I'm not following where the importance is with the people that are already important. It, like calling a hen a chicken. It's the same thing.
There's something you don't know about the family. There's something that you need to learn.
I'm sure they have plenty of secrets.
I've never shared these secrets with a human before. But you did fight alongside Ophios, and it was Ophios's techniques that discovered this information, so why don't I walk in his footsteps? The Kringal family is more than they seem. They are not people. They're not Perrin. They're Lopers. Are you familiar with the Lopers that have arrived off the east coast of the Dalelands?
I'm going to do a history check. But I'm pretty sure I'm not.
You heard the small rumor of it, that the people a little over a century ago appeared off the coast of the Dalelands, seemed to come from nowhere.
They're just legends, stories?
Not stories, not legends. It's true.
All stories have a grain of truth.
The stories or legends are the Lopers that have been here the whole time. The ones that have been a part of the Peredhel social structure for a long time and have been leading them, or have infiltrated them some point in time in the past century or so. They look like the family. They've become the family.
What, like a secret society?
They are literally a different people. Like if you were to discover that your pet dog was actually a cat, which you probably would discover if your dog weighed less than 22 pounds. That's right. I said it. I said it here. Right. 21 pounds and 15 ounces, it's a cat.
I don't know if we do measurements like that in Aurorum, but
freedom!
Yes, yeah, sure.
Freedom measurement! No.
Oh, you mean stones? Yes, of course.
Oh, Jesus, stones. These are 10 kilograms, something like that. It's less than 10 kilograms, it's a cat. Anyways.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Although my cat is like 15 pounds, so I'm pretty sure it's more than 10 kilograms, which makes him a dog.
Your cat might make it more, cat might weigh more than both of my brother's dogs put together. Like Eric, both of his dogs put together, they're useless.
Jesus Christ.
Moving on.
It's great. Yeah, let's continue.
Little yuppie shits. Oh, you didn't see your cat there.
Wait, is that brother Will or a different brother?
No, William has a real dog. William's dog's like 60 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say Will doesn't seem like the kind of guy to have a little keychain dog. Yeah,
no.
Cool.
No. Moving on. So, I love dogs, by the way. I just don't like cats. So
okay.
Moment, where were we?
Right, but all I can remember is talking about cat weight. You were telling, the Lopers.
Oh yeah, infiltrate. Yeah, they're literally a different people.
Okay, like a new race.
Yes, or an old one, but yes. My people specifically hunt them down because they are. I'm not going to get into all the specifics. They're destroying this world.
How so?
I'm not going to get into all the specifics with you. If Ophios chooses to trust you more than I have, then so be it, but...
So you have conspiracies, legends, and no details about a new race that isn't seemingly doing anything important that you are murdering off.
I have a lot of detail. The important thing is that people like you don't know that they exist. It's not important that we keep it from you, it's just we don't need you getting in the way and spooking them so we can't destroy them. The problem is, people like you don't know. Ophios allowed himself to be captured, with a stipulation. If you had stuck around instead of turning and running, you probably would have heard these details. That man that captured them, this Cadus, is capturing them for the crimes that they did against Peredhel. Now, you and I do not care about those crimes. But they gave themselves peacefully, willingly,
So?
in exchange for that man discovering the truth behind my words. The words that Ophios told him, sorry.
So, just to clarify, this big secret that you and Ophios have been keeping from all of society.
Not just Ophios
now...
and I.
So there's more. Okay.
Of course.
So your secret society has been keeping this other secret society a secret. But you've elected to allow one of your own to alert a high-ranking Peredhel military officer in exchange for jail.
I did not elect this. It was not a plan that I was comfortable with. I tried to dissuade against it, and don't let Ophios know this, but I even tried to sabotage the plan. I thought by coordinating the efforts to be out in front of many other guards, he would not be able to accomplish his foolhardy task, but nonetheless, he did. The man must have known something was suspicious.
Oh,
The discussion of a tent being there was certainly not a part of our talks.
thanks for talking shit about me on Funny One, you piece of garbage. What, how much danger are we in?
We immediately are not in any danger, I don't think. I think by capturing them, they're allowing everybody to return to Momly. Momly itself is going to be in danger. You think the Peredhel is just going to sit by idly while this man does his investigation? No. They're going to stop the rebellion. They're going to turn it on its head.
There goes all that hard work.
I mean, how involved were you?
Not mine. Someone else's.
It was a bad plan to begin with. Shouldn't have been what Ophios is working on. For the way I see it, we need Ophios back. Ophios, like I said, uncovered the secrets and seems to be uniquely good at doing his job. I want you to understand, he has killed, if I remember correctly, 3 of these lopers. One of them being the family line that we've been searching for an extended period of time. We need Ophios back. How do you propose we get him back?
So just like that, I'm on the team?
You can travel with me. You can help me.
Got nothing else to do.
No, you need to find a reason to get your queen to throw resources at this effort. Well, let's find an effort for your queen to throw resources at.
She wants Peredhel to fall.
Then
or
let's...
killing the Lopers, going to hurt Peredhel.
The Lopers are the Kringal family, as far as we understand it. Would destroying the Kringal family affect the Peredhel? Considering I think one of their one of their highest, many of their highest leadership happen to be in that family line. I imagine so.
Right, but, you know, you cut off the head of a snake, it grows a new one. And in this case, would that second head be significantly weaker? Are you saying that the Lopers are special?
I'm saying if you remove the head of the snake, you then put it on a spit and eat the fucker.
You have enough time.
Peeling back the flesh is not very fun. But from what I understand, people enjoy the meat. Have you ever eaten snake?
I'm gonna flip a coin. Yes.
Did you find it delicious?
No.
Too bad.
Just to clarify, in case people missed that, I rolled for his responses there. Okay, that's all. Well, you've put a lot of information on me and a lot of trust in your secrets here, but would you mind answering a few more questions?
I'm sure we have time to spend. I imagine the degree of
Fantastic.
incarceration they're going into is going to take a while.
Okay,
Speak.
I'm in.
You said you wanted to ask questions.
Yeah, but there's time.
So your plan to get Ophios back?
I'm gonna need time on that one.
So I was thinking, they're most likely not going to keep him in the city, right?
They're gonna move him somewhere they can easily guard him.
So we attack the caravan as they transit, right? We have enough people, if soldiers, we can mobilize them outside of Momly.
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose? Then we want Cadus to do his research?
It would defeat the purpose. You are a keen boy, aren't you? They're going to go and get incarcerated because we need Cadus to believe in the cause that Ophios entrusted him with. So no, we cannot go and spring them free. I like you. We are, unfortunately, going to help Cadus. Ophios trusted him. So far, Ophios' decisions, as he's worked to improve his approach, have been beneficial to the cause.
Okay. So Cadus launches his investigation. And how do we help exactly?
We go with him. We make sure that anything that stands in his way is removed. We make sure that he discovers what he needs to. We show him the truth, and I suppose along the way, you as well.
Can't make it too easy. Might catch on if there's no opposition.
Did he ever see your face?
Not mine. I saw his.
He doesn't know mine either. I think he's not going to be amused if he realizes we put up some sort of ruse, and if we tried to trick him, at least if we tried to completely trick him, I don't think he would work. I think we need to use mostly honesty and salt and pepper a few falsehoods inside there.
Are you suggesting we enlist?
I am not one for rigorous military structures.
Me either. Why do you think I was on a wall?
Didn't know
Cool.
you were.
Sorry.
So, we need to go with him. What the hell is going on up there? Excuse me 1 second.
Okay. You can barely hear it through your mic, bro. You're good.
Yeah, but I can hear it. Jesus Christ, it's loud. Anyways, sounds like they're skipping around. So anyways,
you're throwing your cat against the floor over and over again.
That's horrible.
See if it lands on its feet.
Oh yeah, yay! 13-year-old cat. Poof. Oh, didn't work.
Whoa, it bounced.
Anyways, got 4 inches that time. Whoa. That's a good day for me. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. I actually, I don't even know if I've ever gotten it that far. Anyway, continuing.
Of course, I'm tall enough to reach the ceiling. Come on, Josh. So, anyways, she says, we need to go with him.
Okay.
I don't expect you're going to walk up to him and say that you're a Maltese soldier coming to aid his cause. So why are you going to go with him?
Down. Huh?
Why are you going with him?
Why am I going with him? Well, the why is easy. He just said he needs to succeed, right? How?
Ceiling is standard height. Thank you very much. Ceiling is standard height. Thank you. I installed it. Thank you very much.
Oh, so your standard or everyone else's standard?
No, like standard. And the floor did not get lifted. Thank you very much. That's concrete right there. Can't really lift concrete.
Is that the foundation?
It's the foundation. I'm in the basement.
Is that 8 feet high then? No, that can't be 8 feet.
Technically, it's like 7'8".
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, sure.
Technically, I have to get measuring tape to double check.
Yeah, do it now.
I had to for the anyways, doesn't matter.
Yeah. What were we doing again? Sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, the what's your plan? Like, how are you gonna trick him? You plan how? What lies? Go.
So we can't be part of his regimen. Obviously, there's too many variables involved in that to stay able to participate in everything that goes on. So we have to keep tabs on him and just stay one step ahead. So we have to be very stealthy and gather information. Or, I don't know how much you know about the Lopers. I think we could work our way backwards. Find the Loper, know where Cadus is, and map out the route he would take to get there. What he would find, where he would find it. Maybe sprinkle in a few clues, but mostly let it take care of itself and just watch it on the way.
That sounds wonderful, but terribly slow moving. It's one thing you should know about Ophios and I. We don't live as long as your kind.
I don't know what that means.
It means that while the Perrin stay young and vivacious for many years, and Orc shrivels and dies, has children who shrivel and die in the same time frame. You are human. I am not.
Well, you're clearly Perrin.
Clearly.
We'll talk about that later. So, we don't want to take too much time. But we can't make it look like we're heavy-handing it.
We can't waste too much time. But we already know where one is.
Perfect.
Have you not heard the rumors of the battle to the south?
I actually don't know if I have no idea. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not bad at history. Hey.
You did hear rumors of the civil war that happened, but what caught everybody off guard was some mage had used some crazy spell to turn horses against, like literally kind of invert the horses so the charging horses went against their own people, and it was this crazy. Anyways.
I've heard some legends and conspiracies about powerful magics being used. I assume you're going to tell me they're not stories.
Did you not hear the stories of what happened in Momly just a few weeks ago? This would have been directly from Rena and whatnot. Had you not heard it from them, you wouldn't have heard it.
Not in detail.
Well then, you'll soon discover that there's more to it than rumors and legends. It's so nearby. We just need to travel south.
So we go, we kill one of those bastards, and show Cadus the proof there? Lay all the cards on the table again?
I think that's the best bet.
And how do we prove it's magic if it's dead?
They stand out. If you know how to make them stand out.
Physically, you mean, or?
Yes. Again, they are not Perrin.
Right. And how do we know he's not going to suspect some kind of illusionary magic I've put on the corpse?
If we lead him through this investigation, and he becomes a little too difficult, becomes a little too willfully ignorant, there's a way to free his mind.
You are one scary bitch. Absolutely terrifying. Tender, can I just get one more, please?
She's not even seem tipsy.
He's going to actually take the bottle and pour himself a full glass first, and then let her have the rest.
There you go. Again, she drinks most of the second bottle as well. She seems like at the tail end of the second bottle, she might be starting to feel something. It's one of those. What was that movie or TV show? It's like, I think I feel. Lord of the Rings, Legolas. I think I feel something in the tips of my fingers. There's a tinkle. That's right. There's a tinkle in the tips of my fingers.
Can I admit something right now that I'm sure now that I've said that you're going to be like, no. No, put them back on. Put them on. Put them on. Come on. Come on, put them on. You ready? Are you ready? I've never seen The Lord of the Rings all the way through. I'm sorry. I watched the first one for like an hour on a car ride when I was like 7. And I haven't seen anything since.
Oh my God, you're so young. The first one came out when I was like 16.
Yeah, so I was probably, it was definitely, I saw it definitely way after it came out. So yeah.
Oh, of course we've read the books. Of course read the books. Come on, Ash. Duh.
Oh yeah, we've all read the books.
Oh, shut up, you. Just don't read the prologue unless you want to fall asleep. It is very long. It is very,
is that the,
very long.
That's the one I did see. That's the, what was that stupid?
Do you know The Hobbit? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh,
Saw The Hobbit.
God, those movies are so terrible. The Hobbit movies are
the first one was
garbage.
okay.
No, they're all bad. They're all horrible. They're all horrible.
I walked out of the third one.
God.
I walked out of the third one.
I didn't even watch number 2 or 3.
Yeah, I watched all 3. But I walked out of the third one because some crazy meth addict was like pacing in front of me the whole time. So I just got up and left. Also, it was a shitty movie. So it was in Florida. Yeah. I did see it in Florida.
Moving on. Moving on. Moving on.
Reel it back.
Moving on.
What are we doing?
So yeah, you plans. So she says, we'll need to approach him and lead him down there. At the very least, if we approach him outside of Peredhel, at least south of Momly, it'll give you an opportunity to swing by Momly, and if you care about this cause, I'll give you a day or so to shore up some details. I don't know, maybe reinforce them in some way.
Fine.
But they're going to be sieged. Just figure you said he works the wall. You probably know a thing or two about sieged.
I know what a city in the heart of Peredhel that's rebelled against its masters is going to have happen to it. I'm not worried about the town. There's no saving that. The people inside, maybe some of the women and children could be spared, but any men who stay to fight are out of my reach.
Let's drop those seeds to send him south. I imagine Ophios told him of all those rumors. If not, we'll guarantee it. Who's going to approach him, you or I?
Tell me something, Ophelia. Were you the Rena I saw leading that battle?
I told you I was going to like you.
So you could be anyone?
I'm adept at it.
Then I'll let you talk to him. Plus, you know more than me.
Speak to the men. Plan a retreat. They don't have Laszlo. They don't have Vance. They don't have Rena. If I were to disguise myself as Rena now, things would be a little suspicious, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Where's Daelric? Where is the closest border town to Amulta?
The closest town to Amulta?
From in Amulta to us.
In Amulta to you guys?
Yes.
I mean, technically speaking, I don't know about the way the crow flies, but you can literally the wall itself. But in Amulta to where the wall is, yeah. Why? What's up?
Okay. Is there a way he could send everyone there to
People of
join
Peredhel?
Amulta?
People of Peredhel aren't going to want to join Amulta. If they knew that you're fighting on behalf of Amulta, they might turn against you.
Are you saying that as Ophelia or as Daelric?
I don't know.
Because I wasn't saying it as Elijah yet. Well, I was thinking if people knew that it was either go to Malta, leave the rebellion, or die, some of them might choose to go, and then he could write a letter. And
you could always
have Malta take them in.
You could always rename Momly to New Hampshire, because the Yanks are the best part of America. Live free or die, right?
How's that going for you, buddy?
Living pretty free. Still alive.
Yeah.
I have to wear a mask all the time. It's miserable.
I gave up on that. I'm sorry.
And less people are dying. I mean, I wear a mask because it's mandated at work, but also because, everybody does their part.
Yeah, I should.
When
I just always forget.
When large health organizations are saying this is a good idea, that's who you listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the Illuminati is who controls the WHO and the CDC.
You mean the Lopers? Yeah, the Lopers control the WHO.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Moving on. Let's get shit done, Messy.
Okay, so there's no way I could send them to Amulta feasibly, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's so far away, and fighting for a cause that isn't their own. Not even fighting for this province. You know what I mean? That's a different province.
Okay. So there's not really a safe place to send them then, so I just kind of have to disperse and be like, hey, pack your bags, it's over, go home, kind of a thing.
It's up to you. If you don't care about the cause, we just skip past Momly. We can meet with him now. If you care about the cause, we can meet him south of Momly. I'll buy you some time to go there and shore up some details. Maybe keep them going for some time. Honestly, I just think it's going to be dead people in the streets either way. So I really don't give a shit.
Rena's rebellion's over. So the least I could do is try to save some people.
Then maybe you should
go home.
Maybe you should talk to the soldiers and convince them of that.
Try.
They know you.
Maybe only a little bit more than you, but yes.
Good luck, she says, and she finishes her drink, and she walks off. She's gonna head out, and she'll be gone for a few hours. I imagine you go and you speak to the soldiers. What do you say to them, sir?
Are they pissed? Are they worried?
Good question.
Their immediate reading the room.
Insight check.
Okay. Yeah, is there a read the room check so I don't say something stupid to 1,000 people? Fuck.
Well, this is gonna be a great solo session.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, it continues.
You walk into the room. They seem agitated, like, we want to fight.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Cat's right outside the room playing with a paint stirring stick, and the catnip toy.
Good. So Elijah's going to find someplace elevated that he can speak to people, just a wide voice to people, and he'll go up there and just kind of look around blankly, just kind of like maybe listening in on a few conversations for a second before realizing, oh yeah, I'm here to speak. I can't just keep observing. I have to say something. And he'll address the room.
It's your best.
Attention, everyone. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to say some words.
Who are you? Hey, no, he's with Rena. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. My name's Elijah. I am a wizard. I did work with Rena for a short time. As you know, she has been captured willingly from our reports, as well as Ophios, Laszlo, Vance, Erwin still. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. With leadership gone, I don't see much in the way of our movement continuing at this point. Which I know is not what you wanted to hear. You've all dedicated blood, sweat, and tears to this cause, and I commend you for it. You're good men and women who served under good men and women for a noble cause. But it's time we've faced the music and suspended our actions and try to get our old lives back. And you'll just wait to see how they react.
Perception check. Persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Fuck,
Natty so 1. Terrible at persuasion.
Oh! Hey! Can you luck die that?
I think, yeah, why not? You know what? I'll listen to the DM. Sure. Okay. 19.
And you have 0 left. Yep. Well, that was your only luck die. Nice. Actually, you do a pretty good job. Considering that you started off on the wrong foot, you kind of approached it from the wrong way, you actually are a pretty good job with them, talking to them, convincing them, so on and so forth. They all kind of understand that, yeah, with Rena gone, the fight is over. You're not going to win this day. So, unfortunately...
Nods of heads, mumbles in agreement kind of thing?
Yeah, but not happy, not cheering, obviously. It's very somber.
Of course. I don't
more or less just sending them home.
Yeah, we give up.
Yeah, to go and sorry that you aren't happy with how things were, and maybe things will change. You certainly have made a statement to Peredhel, but instead of fighting, let's see if we can come to another approach.
So yeah, if he sees that the room's agreeing with him, he'll just add in, that's not to say that our work is done forever. There's another opportunity that presents itself. I hope you all will choose this path again. But I'm trying to not have needless bloodshed. There's no point currently in continuing this. Different leader, different place, different time. Things might be different. So, thank you.
Roll an insight check.
Back down. Okay. Yeah, he'll say that and then immediately step back down. Okay.
You think everybody? So it's one of those things where you kind of get it and you look around the room and it seems kind of flat. Like you almost feel like you didn't inspire them as well as you had hoped. As a matter of fact, there's this one guy that seems rarely like he does not like. It's like I don't know if you've ever done a stage performance before. They're messy, but like it doesn't matter how good you do. If there's like one bad heckler, that's all your mind fixates on. It could be 100 people had a good time, but if one had a bad time, all you can think about is that one. And it's unfortunately as you like leave the room, you're thinking of the one person that was like fucking pussy, how dare you, like deserter, wimp, that kind of person's there, clearly being upset about what's going on, and that's kind of unfortunately what you fixated on while you were up there and when you left. But yeah, thanks, Josh. so anyways, I think it's actually usually Mem. I think that's Mem.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Mem watches none of the campaigns. He just pops in to say mean stuff and disappears.
Hey,
So
for me, it's Doxy apparently, so we're all good.
yeah, but
Everyone's
if
got
you
their
sucked
one.
less, she would love you more. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll try that.
yeah.
Give that a shot.
Yeah. Moving on. So when you leave the place, that's kind of what's on your mind. Ophelia will meet up with you a few hours later on, like I'd said, and she just kind of comes in and says, "All right, he took it. We're heading south."
Good. And he's already packed up.
Good. We're heading south. He said that there are things that he needed to take care of here first, and so he'll meet us south. He actually said that he needed to make a stop. That there's a place down south where he could actually go and perhaps get details, being informed of whether or not there are actually strange magics happening. Some keep the northern edge of a river. He actually said if we go to Momly and head southwest of Momly, kind of keep our
You want to
path.
show the map or no?
No, we're good. Head southwest of Momly and keep the mountain good and clean southwest of us, then good and clean northeast of us. Travel that way, we'll eventually come to a keep at the northern edge of a river. That's apparently where we're going. We're going to meet with him there. And so
Who did you disguise yourself as, and who was he planning to meet?
I disguised myself as myself, and he's planning to meet the two of us. I told
That
him,
worked, huh?
we're here for Rena and Ophios. That part was a lie. That we have interest not in a rebellion in their lands, not into disrupting their peace that happens to be here. That we have absolutely no interest in innocent people dying because of their chaotic and stupid approach to this cause. That our interest is only with what it is that we're trying to show to him is correct. Another lie I said is that we weren't a part of this raiding, which is why he didn't recognize us.
Good.
We came in from behind.
Okay.
Advisors of sorts, so let us advise him instead. He informed me that he's going to take every word we say as a grain of sand, and that we'll have to, of course, prove ourselves each step of the way.
So he's following us to the Loper that you were discussing, or
To a
meeting
degree.
us there?
We're meeting him at this keep.
Okay. And the Loper's there.
No, I don't believe so. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know exactly where this Loper is, but it is in the land called Adir. And more importantly, it is where he believes he'd be able to find more information. Let us go see what we can discover.
All right. I hope you'll be easy to find.
As do I. Just give me 1 second. I gotta keep this here.
That's the transition coming in.
Well, you guys are actually good. So you're gonna travel. Down from there to there is actually going to be.
Where are we? I see.
Yeah. You're traveling down about 11 and a half hexes. You, of course, have a horse.
2 weeks?
And you're not being hunted by Kudan.
Yeah. Do we run into anyone on the way?
I guess you don't have to worry about it, do you?
Oh no! Did Ophelia roll? Can Ophelia roll for hotness? A hot
Already
check,
did.
please.
Already did.
Wasn't there like in D&D 1? I heard about this. There was like an old check that was like that was literally just physical attractiveness.
No. So in I mean, that there are different gaming systems. And different gaming systems have things like appearance and whatnot as a part of them. So charisma and appearance are often separated. In D&D 3rd edition, there was a third-party book created by some of the writers, some of the actual creators of D&D, but not through Wizards of the Coast. They did it to the side, because it had a lot of it had like porn in it. It literally had like pictures of like naked people or whatever. And it was a book. It was called. I can't remember the name of the book off the top of my head right now. I usually know it. I don't think I own it. I don't think I do, but it literally has things like rules for like sex and attractiveness became an appearance. APP became an attribute, so you had a 7th attribute. Erotic fantasy. Thank you. The Book of Erotic Fantasy. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's actual.
That was 3. Cool.
Yeah.
I have to get that one later. Check it out. You see there's titties in it? Yeah.
I mean, they're really garbage pictures, but who cares? So moving on. So each hex traveling, just looking really quickly, because your baseline speed with a horse goes up to 40. So it's going to take you to travel down
horses?
there.
Where did we get the horses?
You got horses. Of course, you have a horse.
Got some horses?
You've always had a horse. You've always had a horse.
Okay, great.
You arrived in the town on a horse. Cool. Horse.
Oh, great. I didn't know that. Awesome.
You came as like as a military official. Of course you have a you.
Came in the valley on a horse with no name.
It takes you about 5 days to travel down there. 5 days straight to travel down to the river's edge over there. Okay. During that time, you can imagine that your friends are transported from wherever they were, Zholgov, to wherever they were being taken. You didn't get told the name. Doesn't really matter. After the 6 days, after the 6 days of travel to get down there, and it's not an easy road. She is not weak by any stretch. She is stout and willing to keep traveling. She prefers traveling at night over daytime, which is she prefers traveling daytime over nighttime, which is fine with you. And she prefers to move quickly, to keep pushing. There are dangers along the road, but the two of you are easily able to handle them. Of course, both of you being
how good friends did we become?
You're easily able to handle them because the two of you are what's the word I'm looking for?
Competent.
Yeah, mages. Sorry, that's what I'm looking for. You guys are both powerful mages. How good of friends do you become? I mean, honestly, I imagine you do get a little bit of chatter along the way. There is a little bit of like fun little talking or banter or whatever it is along the way as you're going. But either way, that kind of conversation isn't entirely necessary to go over now.
To have it.
Yeah. So when you make your way down there, as you're kind of like walking up to this keep, you can see that this keep is old. It's not like it's a modern keep. It certainly isn't very well maintained, but the walls still hold true. And there's still like, it's not like it has a tall, even large keep structure behind it. It's almost like the one large building that's there is almost like built into one of the walls, but the rest of the buildings that must be inside the area are behind the walls. So you can only see the roofs peeking over if you happen to be up on a hill looking down like a good distance away. You also notice that the keep itself literally has the walls stretched partway into the actual river. So if there's like a ship or something like that, it could easily exist on the river, still inside the keep's walls, allowing it to be secure, which is rather nice. One of the fun things that you notice as you're traveling down here, getting closer and closer to this land, and even when you come into the land that's known as Dir, which you've never been to before, is there are the occasional Zambi that you come across. Occasionally, you might even cross like 4 or 5 at once. Generally speaking, it's not that much of a concern. You could easily like hurl up a ball of fire and destroy them if need be, and the two of you can easily just take out your targets. It's, again, you're not that concerned. It's a relatively easy trick for powerful people like yourselves. Only like weakling, sad, low quality adventurers or rulers would struggle with the undead. The two of you make short work of them, right?
Who is this you're referencing? The specific person that you have in mind here?
It must be Laszlo. Anyways, so as you're traveling towards this keep, you notice that the keep outside of it does have a number of zombies that happen to be there. Again, it's pretty easy for you to make your mark. You literally walk up to the keep, you see a bunch of zombies kind of piled up there, and she's like, "Do you think you can announce our arrival?"
Fine. How close together are they?
I mean, they're gathered over by the door, like a little smacking on the door of the keep.
So he'll ask her, "Do you care about collateral damage?"
No.
Good. And he'll summon a fireball and throw it at the zombies.
You can bloop that in chat because it's fun to see.
Yeah.
That's a garbage fireball. You rolled
It's
garbage.
not very good, is it?
You rolled absolutely garbage.
I mean, how much health do they really have, you know?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, 8d6 and I roll a 16. Are you kidding me?
It is
3, 1, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. What the fuck?
Yeah. But it's enough to kill any zombies that it's a messy ball, all right. I mean, again, they don't have much HP or anything like that. So It's one of those things where the first ball kind of goes, injures most of them, kills a couple. And she's like, perhaps you should try that again.
And he'll like wind up a little bit, then like, sorry, it's been a minute. And then he'll try it again. And maybe he'll use 2 hands this time. Who knows?
She'll place a hand gently on his shoulder and say, impress me.
Better. That's
boom.
Better.
So you destroy the rest of the zombie. Of course, you got all the guards like running over to the walls, like looking out with crossbows and whatnot, genuinely surprised to see that you're there. It's one of those, like, the wall has the door itself has a little bit of fire on the door. The door's like destroyed or anything, but you definitely scorched it pretty heavily. And there's a little bit of fire on the door. And she's like, looks like they know we're here. And just like spurs her horse to start walking forward slowly.
Yeah, he'll make his horse trot. Close the door, following her lead, of course.
As you guys get to the door, one of the guards calls down like, who are you?
A wizard. Open the gate.
Open the gate like you give a command here. Who the hell are you?
Is the gate locked? Like, is it a big ass door, or is it like a?
It's a big ass door. And then you can actually see what comes up alongside this person that's yelling at you is a different man, another parent, of course, a lot older, dressed very differently than the rest of them, but still wearing armor, of course. He walks up and stands next to the man and looks down at him. And you can see the guy turns to him and roll me a perception check.
Got it, coach.
You hear him say, "Is this one of yours?" And the guy shakes his head. And you see him shake his head, and he mouths something back that you think he says, "No, it's not." That's what you think he mouths as he shakes his head. He calls back down to you and says, "I said again, who are you?"
Are there any guards on this side of the door?
No, they're on the walls, looking down with parapets.
Great. So, how close to the door can I get before they'll shoot at me, you think?
You can get right up to the door.
All right, yeah. So I'll walk up to the door and I'll place a hand on it. And then I'll say, nice door. And then I'll fist and just fucking knock on it. Put that in chat. There you
go. Let's see. When you cast a spell, a loud knock, audible from as far as 300 feet away, emanates to the target of the object. Yep. Boom! It's literally like a... And you guys...
It's not that loud because Zoom dumbs it down, but yeah.
Was it that loud to you or no?
No.
Oh, either way. So yeah, you literally you could hear on the other side of the door the what's it called, the brace, the bar, whatever it is that's set there, hops off the door and like rolls a couple times away, and yeah, they they all kind of, what the fuck was that? And actually, the older man says, you can see him hold up a hand saying, "Hold on," and the guy like turns angry, looking at the man. But it's like, fine. And so, what's her name? Well, Ophelia says, do you know what you're doing? Because you seem to be aggravating them.
You said to make an entrance.
She nods. Do you open the door itself?
No. I'll call up and say, all right, I've unlocked it. Well, one of you come open it for me.
Again, the older guy looks at him and says something. You can't see what he says, but he mouths something to the guy, and the guy's like, "Argh." And so he calls down to the other two people and says, "You two detain them." And moments later, somebody comes and opens up the door. It's already unlocked. And they push it open, and you can see a couple of guards. It's difficult to push the door open for a moment because there's a bunch of zombies, like dead and charred, in front of the door. So they push the bodies too. But they push the door open. And are able to get you in, or actually they pull the door open, right? You wouldn't want the hinges on the outside. They pull the door open, and they so actually the zombies aren't in the way, and they let you two in.
Well, yeah, okay,
yeah. So
this is a drawbridge.
No, nothing like that. No moats or anything. So they let you in, but of course at crossbow point, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
And they say, and so that guy comes down. The older guy stays up above and to the side. You can see somebody else comes over and joins with him. A younger man, human, dressed very well, is kind of standing with that guy, the older one up above. And this guy that was yelling at you, the guard that was yelling at you from above on the wall, actually walks up to you and says, "All right, come with me. Come with me. Who the fuck are you? Answer now." As he's like walking.
And yeah, he'll follow him. Is he walking towards me or like leading me somewhere?
Leading you. Others
Okay,
are
yeah,
the
so
crossbows aimed at
follow
you.
him. I'll follow him and I'll try to keep pace with him, so I'm like just a little bit behind him, but mostly next to him. And I'll just say, "My name's Elijah. I'm a wizard. Notice you have a little bit of an undead problem."
It's not too much of a problem around here.
That's why they're banging on your door.
If they were a problem, we would have killed them. Are you going to be a problem?
Not at all.
Good. Well, you guys get to one of the little buildings that are on the inside there, and you can tell just by the structure of it that clearly it was a temple at some point in time. He clearly like expects you to hop off the horse. Of course, Ophelia does.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, he'll tie the horse off.
And once you're there, he says, "Weapons," and gestures to one of the guards for you to give it to him.
Oh, I have this flail, and he'll hand it over. I don't really use it. I'd like it back, though, when you're done.
Staves, wands, jewels, any other arcane focuses? Ophelia will actually close her book and hand it to them, as well as a crystal.
I want to give up my spell book. Before I give up my spell book...
Do you say that? I don't want to give up my spell book?
Before I give it up, if I have to give it up, can we just say that I've charged my ring with some spells?
Obviously, you would have. Obviously.
Okay, good. Do I have to say what they are now, or can I?
You should probably tell me at some point in time, so start typing them out on the side, but that's fine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll fish for my arcane orb that I have, and I'll hand it to him.
And your book.
Does he ask for the book?
He does.
I'll give him the book.
Okay. All right, hands. We're gonna bind them.
Okay. And he'll hold his hands out and be like, "Is all this really necessary?"
That or you die.
Okay.
You wanted in.
I don't know if
you got in.
I don't know if Cadus will take kindly to the way you're treating us, but we'll figure it out when he gets here.
Who's Cadus?
He's a commander, Daelric?
Yeah, correct. Commander?
Commander.
Commander Cadus. Medahina.
Commander Cadus, yes.
Something tells me he's not going to be coming in this region anytime soon. We only just sent out word. We only just sent out word that we don't have leadership here. There's no way they would respond that quickly.
Oh, he's not here for you. He's here with us.
We'll see if it's true.
Any day.
If you are friends of Cadus, then you can be friends of ours in the temple. Let's go. And you kind of get pushed into the temple. When you walk into the temple, you can roll me a religion check.
Hey, I might be okay with that. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Hey.
What you got?
19.
Oh, cool. You actually are able to tell, unlike the other people that have visited here before, that this is a temple to Luthar the Deep. It's old and desecrated, so it's like clearly like so much stuff is stripped from it that you can't even really tell much of it anymore. But this is an old temple to the water god. Yeah. It's Luthar the Deep.
Water god.
Yeah, Lord of the Sea.
Okay. Do I know anything special about him? Is he kind of an asshole?
No. He's actually, as far as you know, he's relatively neutral. I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, people, he's called the Betrayer Redeemed is one of his nicknames. He's somebody that was betrayed at one point in time, but was able to more or less redeem himself after everything that happened. Oh, Ash. So anyways, moving on. So you see that that's in here. And he says, you can stay here until Cadus comes. And if he doesn't come, I guess you'll be staying here for some time.
He's on his way. Just not sure. Could be a day or two max. Tell me, do we get provisions in here, or are you just going to let us starve?
Shuts the door.
Well, that could have gone better, he says to Ophelia.
Many hours pass. It's, I don't know, nighttime? Nope, night passed. It's morning now. It's afternoon. You were brought food. Not last night, though. Just this morning. You were brought some food.
All right.
Now it's late morning, maybe afternoon. There are windows in here, but honestly, when the hours are passing this slowly and gruelingly, it's hard to tell. You start to wonder.
Is there anything in the temple that, like,
It's been stripped a long time ago.
Special?
No.
Okay, but there are statues or any kind of art or.
I mean, it's all so beat up and old and ruins. Not really. No, this place has clearly been abandoned for a very, very, very long time.
Okay.
So, when you are inside the temple, eventually the door opens up, and the older man that I'd mentioned beforehand comes in, and you can see the person as the door. Roll me a perception check. Sorry.
So open for free info. Perception. Oh
Nothing.
My god.
Nothing. Hey, that's one of the best tricks to fail. So the door opens up, and then the man, there's a couple words exchanged between him and whatever guard is set outside the door, and then he comes in, and the door shut behind him. He stands there, much older Perrin, in his late years, strong-backed, looking rather regal. And he looks at the two of you. Doesn't say anything.
Elijah will look at Ophelia and just kind of raise an eyebrow and like shift the eye and be like, it's kind of like that, like gesturing, like, is that him?
She shakes her head. It's obviously not Cadus. You might saw Cadus before.
Oh, this is Cadus?
No, it's not. It's obviously not Cadus.
No, I'm not talking about Cadus. I'm talking about the Loper. Is it the Loper?
Oh no, she shakes her head.
Okay.
He says,
and then he'll approach and hold a hand for shaking and whatnot.
he'll shake your hands,
a fist bump, and
but
then
you're like bound, so it's like a shake, you know.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, so do you announce your name or anything like that?"
Yeah. He'll say, "My name's Elijah. I'm a wizard." I guess he'll say that. Why not?
Elijah, you don't have a surname.
I do, but I'm not from here.
Neither am I. What's your surname?
Pearson.
Pearson? Are you a Maltese?
No getting past you, huh?
I've stared in the face of many a Maltese.
On which side of the field? Or, sorry, on which side of the wall?
The wall was a good trick. It's not going to last forever. Inevitably, it will be circumvented, but it was a good trick. I appreciate it.
Out of some time.
My name is General Leon Jaeger.
A general. Why bow?
Roll a history check.
You really notice the delay when it's just you. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So you
I don't have
actually
any luck, do I? Did anyone give me luck? I'll try. Why not?
Yeah, you got it. There you go. Hey!
17. Let's go.
And one left. You actually know that name, but not General Leon Jaeger. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Why the fuck would you know a general from this small, shitty land here, right? You actually know that name because you know of it as Commander, as in BC Battle Commander, Leon Jaeger. He was a very, very high-ranking member of the Peredhel military who served in Jovincia against Jovance and Amalta for a long time. Actually, a good chunk of a Maltese land was surrendered to him during the war. If, of course, it's the same General Jaeger. He is old. I mean, Commander Jaeger. He is old. Field Commander, Field Commander, Field Commander, Field Commander.
Okay, so knowing that, he'd... what's the name of his country again?
The country that he was a part of was Peredhel.
Oh, he was part of Peredhel. Oh,
If you believe it's him.
Okay. So yeah, he'll say, I recognize that name.
Thank you, Joey, because it's not pre-recorded.
I recognize that name, but I thought you were a field commander, not a general.
I was.
I would say it's nice to meet, but I hope you understand the circumstances.
I mean,
So what brings you to our cell?
not exactly a cell, I wouldn't say. You're waiting? You're waiting to meet with Cadus. Cadus Medahina.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know him?
And he'll glance at Ophelia and just stare at her while he answers. And he'll say, "We're informants. We don't like to talk about it."
I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. This keep is not mine. These soldiers are not mine. I am actually an enemy to them. Or, more likely, they're an enemy of mine. To a degree. There's no actual aggression, but there can be. There's tensions. The only reason why I'm inside the cell is because they know who I am, or at least the life that I used to live, and they respect me. It was kind of the soldiers to allow me to come in and speak with you. I'm actually the general of the lands to the south and, well, mostly west of here. A place by the name of Valoran.
Have I heard of Aurorum?
You made quite the entrance. Actually, you may have. Roll a history check.
Aha.
You
Yes.
absolutely have.
Yay, something I know.
There's an old friend
I'm
of yours.
so good at history.
There's an old friend of yours you served on the wall with. He was a noble born, so not you drank with him from time to time, played cards with him from time to time, but he was a
We didn't like serve together because he was.
well, he was a magus, and you are a what the hell are you called?
Mistral.
Mistral. So you guys just had different tasks, but you both served on the wall. So definitely drank, played cards together, joked together. Anyways, at one point in time in the middle of the night, you thought it was one of those typical times when you would be able to go and, you thought that these people sometimes would go hop over the wall and go look for excitement over the lands or whatever. So what happened? Him and a few others defected. Actually deserted the army. Maybe they were just sick of it. Anyways, you don't know what happened to most of them. But what you do know is that specifically Rayrin Corvain deserted this land and deserted your country and came to this land and started his own nation. You thought it was called Kurzfall, but people have also referred to it as Valoran.
How do you spell that name?
Rayrin, Raerin, Corvain, Corvain, I think.
Okay. Sorry, I keep notes now, which has been helping.
Yeah.
So he'll say, I know someone from there. I think he still owes me some gold.
Well,
maybe I owe him.
I'm sure if you get yourself out of the situation, you can go and speak with him about it. But in the meanwhile, why are you here? You're powerful, but you just walked in. Are you actually here to meet with Cadus? Are your words true? Boy, I'm getting old. And with your passing moments, getting older.
I am.
What does he want here?
He wants the truth.
Has he come to bring war to Valoran? He says, taking an aggressive step forward.
And Elijah will, I don't know how close we are now, but Elijah will come closer and just kind of like whisper speak. And he'll say, if things work out, it'll be civil. Civil war.
Yeah. He raises an eyebrow. Are you... What was the name? And he looks at the woman. Are you Rena? She shakes her head. No. Absolutely not.
Well, she was. I'm not saying that. Um, we know Rena.
You do? How
I'm
fares her
searching for
efforts
her.
in the north?
You think we'd be here in a cell waiting for Cadus if everything went perfectly?
Ah, it's unfortunate. It was a nice distraction while we were trying to get things settled down here.
Well, don't call it a loss yet. Something brewing, something maybe greater than a small rebellion. I mean, a civil war would open up a lot of avenues for both your nation and mine.
Are people dying? You say civil war. Are people dying? Innocent people?
Not yet. Not yet. Well, as far as I know, not yet.
I know
Can't
you're a
exactly.
Maltese, but I am from Peredhel. I don't want those innocent people dying. I fought to... You're here to speak to Cadus. What are you here for?
He needs to know the truth about the people he serves. And he's been the only one open-minded enough to even listen to our first discussion. Most people, when you tell them that you're trying to start a rebellion, will immediately shoot at you. But he actually might have let us escape once or twice, specifically because he wanted to know more. I'm not saying he's the most trustworthy. I don't... Can't trust Peredhel as far as you could throw it, right? But as far as people goes, he's not a bad one. And really, he's a better option than rounding up civilians for slaughter. Fighting under arena banner that, frankly, isn't as deep as it seems.
Do both of us a favor. When he arrives, I am, now that I know he's coming, very much looking forward to having a discussion with him. But clearly you already had a preset arrangement with him. Request that I join your conversation.
Listen. Our nations are both at war with the same place. But, you must understand I don't have the best blood with you. I'll see what I can do, but I don't really trust you.
You'll have to get over that. General Leon Jaeger.
I don't have to.
And Grand's diplomat Arthur Freyam. Those are the names you're going to request for the meeting. Well, I'll see what I can do to assist you.
You'll help me if I help you?
I think you understand. He says, and he turns and gives a knock on the door. The guard opens it. He'll walk out. It'll shut.
He'll turn to Ophelia. Seems promising.
Another 2 days pass, unfortunately.
Oh, it's so long. Got here too quick.
Another 2 days pass, unfortunately. And finally, the door will open up again. First time having somebody else come in aside from dropping food off. And Cadus will come in. Hello. I see that you made an entrance.
I would say have a seat, but we don't have any.
You realize you could have just told them that you were meeting me for a parlay, that you were sent here by me, and you didn't have to find yourself in these confines.
I learned a lot here. Not really. Can I leave now?
No.
Okay. So when can I?
I was told by your ilk that there is a loper here.
Hey,
someone who has the ability to use strange magics and comes from a strange world.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where is the sloper?
And he'll just turn to Ophelia and default to her to answer.
Ophelia says, we know that he's in the south, and we know what his task is. Did you at least go so far as to inquire the rumors about what had happened? He says, I was handling a different situation. Trying to keep peace.
Well, it shouldn't take us too long to find out, honestly.
So you wish for us to just head out and start investigating, roaming through these lands? Lands that do not belong to the Peredhel?
Who said that?
Cadus. The only other one in the room.
Well, there's 3 people.
Well, Ophelia's there too.
2 of them are you, so.
But she doesn't talk like that.
I mean, if you, it shouldn't be that hard to find a magic user of that capacity. Have there been any rumors of strange magics here?
There was a war here.
Yeah, there's undead everywhere. I've seen them.
Yeah, strange magics aplenty when there was a war ripping multiple fledgling nations apart, and there was undead walking the lands. Yes, there's been strange magics. We need more than just that to work with.
Billy, do you know how to find one?
Not exactly. They're very well hidden. We have to follow the rumors. So I suppose we should investigate the rumors from, and she looks at you, maybe people that know these lands a little bit better?
I don't know, Ophelia. Are you sure there's no other way?
If I had the ability to just incant some spell and poof, I had the information, you'd think I would have done it some time ago.
I don't know. Fine. And then he would tell Lord Cadus about the general here and his other person that I don't
Grand
remember.
Diplomat Arthur Freya.
His diplomat, yeah. That wanted to speak in this conversation as well, and that they were somewhere in town waiting for him to arrive.
How do you know the general?
He came in here 2 days ago. We had a conversation.
Ophelia.
Before that, if you mean.
Ophelia just kind of like rolls her eyes like, oh God, he's terrible at this. She's like, fucking idiot.
Are you talking about before 2 days ago?
He's like, he came in here 2 days ago and that's how you know him?
Of course not. You don't know of him? He was a great field commander in the war of... I don't remember what you told me, but I think it was Jovance and...
Jovencia and Amalta and Jovance, yeah.
And Amalta, yeah.
Yep.
The War of 1912. Yeah, of course, everyone knows. Oh, 1812? Shit, when was that war? I don't know. Spanish-American War. Tell me about that.
Moving on. So, it says, oh, hell. Why do you want his presence?
Frankly, I don't. But he might have information that we need. Plus, seems he might have, in his old age, gotten a little less aggressive.
We don't need him here. Him and his diplomats are a different matter. They speak on behalf of a different nation. I have no interest in speaking to them. We've had our discussions. They are handled. We've gone south and we've gone west. Have you no more direction from here? Ophelia rolls her eyes again, clearly aggravated with you, and says, neither of us are from here. We're not locals to this place, clearly. There are rumors we need to discuss, find out details. If you have the freedom to roam the lands, then grant us equal freedom so we can start walking around and go and find out more details about this information. If you wish not to ask this general of this land whether or not they have any further information, fine. Let's find somebody else who has it. Do you say anything or no?
No.
You weren't meant to be detained in the first place. It was simply because you attacked the keep and broke your way in that they detained you. Perhaps you should refrain from using such tactics when approaching a military strong outpost in the future. You apparently have been spending too much time with Rena. He'll throw to you like a bag on the floor that haphazardly tosses your books and whatnot on the ground. Like, oh, that book is worth hundreds of gold pieces, if not 1,000. And he just tossed it on the ground like it was nothing, mixed up with various other fragile magical supplies and whatnot, and a sword. Your belongings?
Take my shit. Yeah, I'll take my shit. I'll pick it up. So, you
flail.
Weren't really gonna leave us in here, right? You obviously brought the bag along. You were gonna let us go the whole time, right?
I have never had an intention of keeping you captive. As I said, you're the reason why you're behind these walls.
Good. Fantastic. So, let's get started.
Let's head south. See what we can find out there. We'll follow the river. See if anything pops up. And the two of you, have you fared well enough against the dead? Obviously, I heard about your assault against the keep.
An assault? Just knocked off a lock. I don't understand why everyone's so upset about it.
He opens the door for you two to leave. As he starts walking out, for the two of you to walk out, you can actually see standing outside the door, like up on a ledge, like where the parapets are up on the walls, but the inside of it obviously happens to be that general and the human man that I described beforehand as being dressed well, standing next to him. You can see that obviously
they're staring at us.
They're watching you guys, the group of you. You can see there's moments that he's looking down and Cadus looks up at him and he looks down and he gives like a respectful nod towards the older guy and then walks with the two of you over to all three of your horses and mounts onto the horses with you.
If you don't wish to speak with him, we should leave quickly.
I already did speak with him, again, about different matters.
So why did he ask to join our conversation?
It's a good question.
Maybe he had more info he didn't tell you about? Or perhaps he just wanted to scalp what he could?
Are you trying to play multiple sides?
I'm just trying to get the truth. I'm not really a guy for choosing sides. I have my own.
I'm growing wary of searching for this truth. It seems like a fool's errand. You seem to have not much direction. Let's go. He
believe them last week.
Gives like a nod to the other people for the guards to open the door, and he starts riding out and south with you guys. Guys ride south for a little while, probably about 2 days time, a day and a half's time, riding south. So you literally ride south for a while, spend the night once. It's relatively quiet. No manacles or anything on them. They are not prisoners of his, meant to be traveling with him. The second day, like I said, so you spend one night, the second day of traveling. It's early afternoon. Then you come across an area over by the water where there is another keep that's there. Again, this time there are some undead outside the keep, but not many, like 3 or 4. It's one of those things where you don't have to genuinely be concerned about it. He stands there, and when he sees the keep there, he actually pulls out a map and looks it over. And you can see he's kind of like gesturing at the map and looking at the keep and shaking his head. Folds up the map that he has again and says, "Perhaps we should travel south no further. I don't know whose lands those are."
Not on your map. So
Look at the keep itself. It's recently constructed.
Is there any kind of insignia or flag anywhere I can see?
There is one. There is one. Yeah, you can actually see the flag. It's a very interesting looking flag. It's very, very interesting. It's hard to make out the finer details because the sun's
don't recognize
in your
it?
eyes. Yeah, no, you definitely don't recognize it. But it's hard to make the sun's in your eyes. You can't really make out the finer details. But maybe one day we'll be able to see it clearly. In the meanwhile, it's flapping.
Oh,
It's
I
windy.
see. I got
It's
you.
windy. You know, so it's like it's hard to.
I'll recognize that in the future when I see it again, but for now I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Oh well. Moving on. He says, perhaps instead of continuing to travel south and lest we travel into somebody's lands that don't want them, we can travel west for a bit. There's a road here nonetheless. So.
Were there any rumors originating from that direction?
I do not know. Ophelia shakes her head and says, we could have asked the locals.
Ophelia, why don't you speak up sooner?
Oh, I speak when I need to. Some just don't listen.
I've been very keen about half the things everyone said. That was me, not Elijah. Elijah didn't say that.
Funny enough, you say that. Roll a perception check.
He didn't say it.
You see nothing. So you start traveling a little bit west. Like as I said beforehand, trying not to travel too far south into somebody's lands. As you guys are traveling west for the later part of the day, one of the things that you notice in the middle of the night, while you're relaxing, is you happen to see somewhere not too far from where you are, there is something in the sky moving around quickly. It takes a couple moments for you to kind of focus your eye on it and catch the attention. It looks like there's fire in the sky moving around, like literally fire, like almost like a torch moving around in the sky.
Am I the only one awake?
No, the others are just not noticing it. You're starting to, where you're traveling, my apologies. You're starting to get to where there's more and more trees about, so where they happen to be nestled down, they're over about closer to a tree, so maybe they just didn't notice it over the canopy or their back is to it. But you notice that there is a literal fire moving around in the sky.
How far away?
Honestly, it's hard to tell. It's either a really big fire rather far or not too terribly large, or fire kind of close.
Are we on horses, or is this at camp?
You are camped out, but so there's horses nearby.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. He would just grab Cadus and just point towards the fire and say, I don't know about you, but I don't know any magic like that.
Neither do I. Looks to Ophelia. She stands up and says, that's strange indeed. Certainly not Loper incantations that I'm familiar with, but perhaps something we should investigate further, just in case. Cadus nods.
How familiar are you with Loper incantations?
She looks at you and says, when you encounter one, you will know.
Okay, it's been difficult finding their trail, but if you say so.
They kind of pack up whatever it was that they were working on for food or otherwise, and they hop on their horses and start moving in that direction. As you get closer, you happen to notice that the fire, once you get to a point where you're almost underneath it, a little far away, because it's only about 60 or 70 feet in the air. Once you get close enough, you can kind of like really pinpoint it. You realize it's not just a fire. It's literally a person holding a fire, like a longer fire. Roll me a perception check.
So they're like flying around?
It seems like.
Perception, you said? Come on, man. What the hell?
You're not, unfortunately, the one to notice it. You get it pointed out to you. It's, I believe, Ophelia that we'll see. I'm just looking at people's stats.
My passive wisdom is 19.
That's nice.
Can we use that instead of 7? That would be nice.
Actually, yeah, we can.
Oh, we can?
Side, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So actually, you do notice. I forgot that you have an observer feat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I can't remember every character, all the campaigns, every ability.
Like, all of my bad rolls have been perception. You're telling me
No. Not all your bad rolls have been perception. Absolutely not. So anyways,
my one has
but that one up there, you
anyway.
totally could have heard something, but you were totally information in RP anyways. Moving on. So you actually notice that the person that's up there is a person flying around, but coming off the glow of the sword, you're actually able to see, and you have human eyes, right? So you don't have dark vision or low light vision or anything like that, but you have human eyes. But you can actually see off the glow of the sword. It is literally illuminating pearly white wings off the back of a large, dark-skinned man that's up there. And the flame itself seems to be coming off of a sword, a large sword in the man's hands.
Like an angel?
I suppose like an angel.
Like a good angel?
I don't know. Your character wouldn't know much about angels. You never would have encountered one in your life.
Yeah. How hard is it to detect magic? How hard is it to cast that?
It's
It's just
extended
like a
action.
quick, quick thing. All right, so I'll use it real quick just to make sure. But I think we all know what I'm gonna see.
Range is only 30 feet, so unfortunately.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
He's too high.
Yeah, he's too far.
Never mind. Okay.
Do you say anything? Or so you start casting a spell. So you start casting a spell. Ophelia looks at you, and Cadus sharply turns his head to look at you. But then Ophelia says,
Well, yeah, I'd start casting it, and then I'd be like, he's too far, and I would just kind of let it fizzle out.
yeah. Ophelia says,
Say,
do we talk to it?
We're pretty strong.
Oh, no. Definitely catch the VOD later. Definitely catch the VOD later.
Damn, I'm scared. He's like 60 feet up, so he could hear me if I shout. Okay. Elijah will shout, hello up there, and wave.
You yell hello up there and wave. The person holds their sword outwards, and then will actually fly over and slow down and come and drop. So he's flying and hovering, though of course he have to occasionally flap his wings to do so. And you see that he's staying floating still about 10 feet above the air and holding his sword, not aggressively over you, kind of like out to the side, so it's illuminating the area so you all can see much better. And he looks over, looks down at the three of you and says, how fares the three of you?
Did he clear his throat and say that, or is this your voice?
Me. How fare the three of you?
Well, we're on a path west looking for some strange magics we've heard rumors of. Not you.
Truth be told, I know nothing about strange magics of these lands. I have only recently arrived here myself. However, perhaps that he who travels with me would be able to aid you further. He was chosen to lead the lands.
He sounds delightful. What do you mean by chosen? By whom?
By his god. And you actually hear hoof prints of a horse riding up. And with that, why don't we take a quick break?
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, boys.
You got real close real quick.
We'll be right back.